طيب, how to deal with relative who asks for money in need but repeatedly does not pay back, yet says he spends on vacations due to need. If you have means, can you continue to lend knowing it will not be paid back? I'm not sure if I get this clear. He spends on vacations due to need. Anyway, so in general, if someone asks for money, it depends how they ask for it. Are they asking for a loan or they're asking for charity? If someone asks for a loan, right, and they're not paying it back, and they have the means to pay it back, but they spend it foolishly, then you should not give them any more loans and stay away from such matter. I guess you're saying it's continue to lend, right? So if it's a loan and someone is spending it foolishly, then you should definitely stop from giving them loans. And also, if they're not spending it foolishly, but they don't need it, but they just take loans for the sake of taking loans, you should not also help them with this, because even though taking loans is permissible, but it's only if a person is in need of that. And it's your money, you'll be asked about it. And if you know that they're not going to pay back, why would you want to give them loans anymore? Especially if they're not using it in the proper way. But if they are in need, one of the good deeds is to forgive and to write off the loans if they are in need and they're using it for matters of necessity. Allah. But our wealth, we will be asked about it, and someone in such a way, even you have to warn people against these people, those who go everywhere and take people's money and without the intention of returning it back. Allah. Vacation to get children from going into other troubled company. Says the vacation is need to keep kids from troubles. This is one of the, I'm sorry, but one of the funny things I've heard for a long time. Taking kids for vacation so that the kids are away from trouble. And he keeps on taking loans to go for vacations to take kids away from trouble. And this, it doesn't make sense. If people should take responsibility for raising their children. If the environment that they're in is something that he cannot control his children, then he has the means to go somewhere else, not for vacation, but just to move away from that place and go somewhere, where he can worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where he can save his kids. And if that requires some money, taking loans for that purpose, and then he pays it back, mashallah, this is good. But to keep on going for vacations for that reason, it doesn't make sense, first of all. And it's not one of the ways to do, especially if you don't have the means to protect the kids. Yes, to take them away, but without taking the people's money. And if a person doesn't have the means to do so, then he should seek help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and protect his kids, his children, from the bad environment. Wallahu. But you should not be at ease with giving loans to someone with such an attitude. Wallahu.